Welcome back, everyone. We are joined with local realtor Robbie Breaux this morning to talk about the housing market. Robbie, we've checked in with you a couple of times over the past year. I know the housing market has been crazy this year. I read 50% of people nationwide who have bought a house during COVID are having buyer's remorse. Tell me about the industry and what the housing market looks like right now.
It's been and thanks so much, Caroline. It's been a tough year for a lot of folks, especially in the job market, and housing market has been really crazy. We're in a very low inventory spot where people are having to make decisions on something at a snap decision. So one of the ways to make sure that you get around that is be very clear on what your must-haves are and what your deal breakers are and the things that you're willing to compromise. I like to give people the rule of 80-10-10. 80% you love, 10% you can change, 10% you can deal with. And that's going to mean different things to different people. So one of the houses that I bought, because I move all the time, but I wanted to be in a specific neighborhood. I ended up having to deal with a busy street behind me. And I also was able to go and remodel a lot of that stuff, but I was very clear on I had to have this particular neighborhood in order to move in. So that kind of helps out with some of that.
Definitely. And let's talk about interest rates, because that's kind of what has made this year so crazy. What are interest rates for home buyers looking like right now?
They've ticked up a touch since last month. We're at 2.99% on a 30-year fixed. We're at 2.49 on a 15-year fixed, which is still super strong. We're at record lows. We've never seen anything quite like that. So,
Wow.
we've seen a big reduction in the total number of refis that are out there because everybody did it last year. But nationwide, purchases are still expected to be very, very strong.
And tell everybody what's happening in other states like California, what you just told me.
So one of the big things for the big buyer's remorse is we're seeing 40 and 50, or they're seeing in California 40 and 50 offers at a time per listing, and some of them are 100, 200, $250,000 over list price. Now some of this is going to be on the major luxury stuff, but it's very commonplace.
Wild, because there's such a supply and demand issue. So if you're sitting in Lafayette right now and thinking, okay, maybe in a year I want to buy a house, or maybe in a year I want to sell my house. I know it's hard to predict the future. We didn't see this happening this year, but what can you give us a little glimpse of for what's to come?
So, there's a couple of things that we keep an eye on whenever we're looking at what the market's going to look like moving forward. So there's a number of homes that are coming onto the market. That number is down. So our supply is down. That's down 15%. The homes that are coming off the market, that's up 26%. So you have supply going down, demand going up. That shows us that we're going to have a very strong market moving forward. Now, as far as getting ready to be going into the purchase market, make sure you're super clear, like I mentioned before. And also the other thing, you want to make sure the agent that you are working with has access to some of those properties that aren't necessarily that are out online. I like to call it the red ocean, blue ocean. Red ocean is everything that's in MLS. Blue oceans are the things that nobody really knows about, so you don't have to go into those bidding wars and get into that buyer's remorse.
Awesome, Robbie. Thank you so much for the information. We will check in again with you soon. We appreciate the time.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.